Got a great show for you today. If you are just tuning in, today seems like to be the day of the injuries, right? Chet Holmgren is out for the year in basketball, Oklahoma City. Nobody here cares about it, of course. You got guys tearing ACLs in every practice facility in America that's got fake turf on the field. And then we find out just literally about 20 minutes ago that Nestor Cortes, who has been arguably the Yankees' best pitcher over the course of the entire season, is going on the IL with some type of groin injury. We do not know the prognosis beyond that, but clearly it ain't good. Good afternoon, Evan. How are you today, kid?
I'm okay. I got good news for you.
Oh, I like good news. I'm a good news guy. They call me the good news bandit.
I'm sniffing a conspiracy.
Amongst whom, sir?
I think that Nestor Cortes is not hurt at all, or at least not seriously hurt. I'll tell you why. Because this was brought up a few weeks ago, and you poo-pooed the caller. You disrespected the caller. You were very mean, actually, to the caller. A caller called up and said, Craig, Evan, huge fan of the show, especially Evan. I tolerate Craig. And I'm worried about the innings on the arms of Nestor Cortes and Jameson Taillon and various Yankee starters. And you yelled at the guy and said, shut up, you moron. Well, the truth is, Nestor Cortes has thrown 131 innings. He has never had a season, Craig, professionally, where he's even come close to that. So if there is a time in a season, in your humble opinion, where you would shut Nestor down to give him a break because the innings continue to go up, because he's going to pitch in the postseason and hopefully for a long time in the postseason, wouldn't the time be now?
Okay. I mean, if that
calm down, Yankee fans.
That's not.
He's okay.
Listen, I don't think it's the end of the world yet because I just don't know. It's not an arm injury. We know that. So from that, and it's not an oblique. So I guess the news isn't like crushing, but the guy's been a dominant pitcher for this team this year. And because I personally don't trust Garrett Cole, I need Nestor Cortes to be healthy as I make my run into October.
Doubt. In October, you need Nestor Cortes.
Yeah.
And that's why this is an injury that will, or whatever it is, that's going to cause him to miss 3 starts, which saves him about 18 to 22 innings, and he will be back for the stretch run, and he will be your Game 2 starter in the American League Divisional Series. Because when you play the Oakland A's, you should beat them anyway.
Yeah, I agree. Listen, I'm not going to get crazy about it. I just thought the audience deserved to hear it in case they hadn't heard it yet, because it's the only news of the day in New York, at least.
And I just want to be
level of significance.
No doubt, it's definitely what we're talking about. I just want to be the voice of reason that just following what Nestor's done this year and where he is this season, this to me reeks of let's give Nestor a nice little break for his arm.
Yeah.
And it works out well. Now, if this turns into an IL stint where he's out for a month, I'm dead wrong, and I'd be worried.
Have they not put him on the IL yet?
He's going on the IL.
Yeah.
Reportedly going on the IL, according to Lindsay Adler.
All right, so he's going on the IL.
Yeah.
So that part's not up for debate. It's how long is he out for, and then what's the real injury if there is one, and how long does it take to legitimately rehab it and that whole thing.
Look, you need him.
It ain't great.
You need Nestor Cortes by mid-September because you want him all tuned up and ready to go for the postseason because to your point, I agree with you, and it's no longer just being a hater. Nestor Cortes has been the most consistent starting pitcher for the New York Yankees this season, period. Now, that doesn't make him the Game 1 starter in the ALDS, but he certainly is your Game 2 starter, and so for the Yankees to win a championship, and that's the ultimate goal, they need a healthy Nestor Cortes, no question.
No doubt about it. As they say where I come from, no bout or doubt it. That's what they say sometimes. I'm not sure if you knew that or not. They say that. I don't know if you didn't know that. It's okay not to know it. Meanwhile, the Rockies are at Citi Field after everybody had the day off. I want to kind of get a little taste right now, Evan. Put my finger on the pulse, ba-bump, ba-bump, ba-bump of Met fans. I know the Yankee fan. They're feeling okay. 3 in a row they've now won. Offense, not great, but 4 runs a game, each game out of the last 3 in this little mini win streak. Playing against, as you even said, an inferior opponent in Oakland with a Taillon on the mound today against a guy that sounds like a Star Wars character, a Star Trek character.
Former Yankee prospect.
Yeah. I really want to know where Met fans are, though. You got not embarrassed, but you lost both games to the Yanks, and you're kind of licking your wounds a little bit. Time to regroup. You are better than Colorado by a long shot, and I'm wondering, for diehard Met fans, has the stank worn off yet, or do you still smell it? I'm just wondering because I'm that kind of guy. I'm a friend.
You're not a friend of us at all.
No, I'm a good friend.
First of all, what stank are we talking about?
The stank of losing both games to the Yankees, despite Scherzer starting game one.
It stunk. All right? It stunk that they lost both of those games.
Yes, it did.
But I don't walk into this series against Colorado, and I don't think most Met fans walk into this series against Colorado feeling as if this team is reeling, feeling as if this team is struggling. But I'll tell you what's odd about tonight. Tonight's and I'm going tonight. You know I am. Jake's on the mound. I'm excited.
That's your guy.
I'm in the building. Yeah. Tonight's the kind of night where you sit down in your seat and your attitude is not, I'm at the ball game. Hopefully we win. The attitude is
hopefully we win.
No. It's not. That's my point.
Thank you.
The attitude tonight is, boy, they better kill him. The attitude tonight is, boy, I don't want any stress. We're facing Ryan Feltner. We have Jacob deGrom on the mound. The Rockies are the single worst road team in all of Major League Baseball.
That's right.
And so the attitude tonight, it's very similar to when you have like a championship caliber NBA team, which I know nothing about, neither do you, where every game you play, you better win.
Right.
You better win, you better win, you better win. Tonight and really throughout this weekend, but especially tonight, the attitude I have is, boy, they better kill him. I need 3 runs against Feltner by the time my ass gets comfortable in my seat. I need 5 runs against the Rockies before I'm, relaxed. I need 7-run lead before I turn my fan on that I set up at every game just so I get enough air. Tonight is supposed to be an ass whooping because of who you're facing, because of who's on the mound, and really, Craig, because of the importance of these games. They have to win these games.
Right. And 2-1 in the 8th inning is going to drive you crazy tonight if that happens.
Correct.
And, we all know the history of Jacob starts with the Mets. I don't care which version of the Mets it is. It's not a lot of run support historically. Listen, I think this team is different. This team scores runs. Tonight's an interesting game because tonight, and I don't know if you saw this or not, Evan, I did a little research earlier today, and please, if you do know the facts, I think I'm right about this, but if someone wants to challenge me on it, I'm not going to go to the mattresses on it. I think the New York Mets tonight are the biggest favorite in the entire year of Major League Baseball.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Now, remember the last time we said that? They lost.
Yes. Yeah.
I'm just keeping it real.
No, I think it was the Mets Nationals game in Washington
with Scherzer.
With Jake on the mound.
Okay,
and here's why.
I can imagine.
And it was his first start. That was Jake's first start. Big Zoo reminding me of that. Here's why they should be even bigger favorites today, and they are. You're at home. You're facing a team that, when they're on the road in the Rockies, are even worse than the Washington Nationals. So they should be the biggest favorite of any team in Major League Baseball. But what I want to see is, I don't know if you remember last week, you were off. The Mets played a 3-game series against the Cincinnati Reds at Citi Field. They swept the series.
Yep.
But more so than even sweeping the series, Craig, the Mets led in 24 of the 27 innings.
Okay.
They never trailed,
right.
but for 3 innings, it was 0-0. Literally.
Okay.
They led for 24 of 27 innings.
It was a beatdown.
It was one of the most dominating 3-game sweeps you'll ever see.
Okay.
And that's what we want right now. You're facing the worst road team in all of Major League Baseball. You got Jacob deGrom to kick it off. You're coming off a 2-game losing streak, and let's face it, a mediocre road trip. They went 4-6 against the Braves, Phillies, and Yankees.
Yep.
What we need right now as Met fans is for this team to remind us yet again that they are different. Don't just beat the Rockies, slaughter the Rockies.
All right, so I know where you're at. Met fans, I want to hear from you. Has the stank of the 2-game sweep against the Yankees worn off yet, or are you still feeling it? Like, I get the sense from some Met fans, not Evan surprisingly, that a lot of you are still kind of, depressed. I talked to a lot of Met fans in my life, and a lot of you seem really depressed. You only have a 1.5-game lead over Atlanta as they won 14-2 yesterday against the Pirates. You are playing an inferior opponent now in your building. But I do get the sense that emotionally you need some support. And I understand that. If I lost to the Yankees back-to-back games when they're in the middle of the worst month and a half of the season, I'd be depressed too.
You're the worst friend to have.
So I want you to know, Evan, I respect the depression. I am here for you. And if you want to get that stank off, I'm here to be your stank remover.
Here's the kind of friend,
That's
Craig.
what I'm going to do.
Here's the kind of friend, Craig.
Remove the stank.
I want you to imagine that your wife cheated on you. Not you.
Why would you imagine that?
No, just hear me out. The audience, your wife cheated on you.
Sure, okay.
Craig's the kind of friend who says, look, I'm your shoulder to cry on because I know if my wife cheated on me, I'd be devastated. I'd be upset. I'd be horrified. So I'm here for you, pal. Your friend would punch you in the face.
Why are people punching people in the face?
He'd say, I don't need you to remind me about how upset I'd be. Just be that shoulder to cry on if indeed someone wants to cry on your disgusting shoulder.
Yeah, but I think you have to tell the person you're there for them. So I will tell you, if your wife ever cheated on you, which I hope that she wouldn't, and I don't believe she would.
She would never.
Because what's better than that?
I mean, look at this.
Look at that Adonis I'm looking at.
Look at this.
I want you to know.
Thank you.
You come right over to my house.
Yeah, but then the first
and
thing
I'll help you out.
And the first thing you're going to say to me is, boy, if my wife cheated on me, I'd be upset. Don't remind me why I'm upset.
No, the conversation would go a little bit differently. And you would not like it. I would, because my goal would be to get you out of the emotional depression and to make you angry.
Oh.
I'd want you to be angry.
So are you trying to anger Met fans right now? Is that what you're doing?
Well, no. I want Met fans to come clean. That stank is still on you. I get it.
I see what he's doing.
I'm going to be a stank remover today.
He's trying to make Met fans angry.
No, I make you angry. Only because if your wife cheated on you, I would make you think about all the things that are being done to her.
Oh, my God.
And then I want you to be like, that's it. Filing for divorce. That's all. It'd be graphic, too.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, but I think that tough kind of love is what you might need.
That's what he's trying to do with us as Met fans right now. It's the exact same thing.
I just want you guys to know that I'm willing to be your huckleberry in removing the stank.
Listen, I just want to remind you before you get offended by this, or Big Mac, who's taking another day off, gets offended by this, or any Yankee fan gets offended by this.
By the way, these guys take days off like they own the place.
Unbelievable, isn't it?
Right. He's off again today. Tommy's off 3 days next week.
Crazy.
It's fascinating.
I just want to remind you that the New York Mets, as of this moment, have a better record than the New York Yankees.
That means absolutely nothing.
So for all this, hey, get the stank off.
That's such a silly thing to say.
Why is that silly?
Because it doesn't mean anything.
The object of the game is to win games. The Mets have done that more often than the Yankees.
No, but that doesn't mean anything.
It's just a statement.
Different leagues, different competition, different divisions.
Yeah, the Mets are facing better competition. You're right.
The American League East is the best division in baseball. You know that as well as I do.
They have more mediocre teams than the NL East. You're correct. Yeah, you're right. They have more mediocre teams.
You are trying your hardest to get your way out of this one, and I appreciate that.